The man's body quickly swelled up, because he ate junk food every day. As he grew bigger and bigger, all the doctors ran outside, leaving only this unlucky guy standing there. The man panicked and rushed outdoors. His body was as tall as a building. Even the police were so scared they ran away. Every step he took made the ground tremble, and people scattered in fear. He walked up to a tall building, and saw a beautiful woman inside. The man stretched out his giant hand. The woman collapsed on the bed in fear, but his hand reached for the chicken leg on the table. The woman was dumbfounded. He grabbed the drumstick and ate it. Suddenly the man felt uncomfortable. He clutched his stomach with a painful look. Everyone shouted that he was going to explode. The next second, the man bent down, and let out a huge fart. The blast of air almost blew an old lady away. At that moment, a homeless man lit a match. The police tried to stop him, but it was too late. The man suddenly woke up. It turned out to be just a dream. Thinking of the scene in the dream, he swore to lose weight. So the man started doing acupuncture, his whole body looking like a hedgehog. The doctor told him it was useless. The next day, he followed a group of women to do aerobics. He even hired a coach to teach him jump rope, but he was still very fat. When he lifted a dumbbell, the equipment was crushed to pieces. Even though he failed to lose weight, the man became very confident. That night, the man invited his ex-girlfriend on a date. At first, the woman was very satisfied with him. Then a singer went on stage, pointed at the man, and said he looked like a pig. The man felt humiliated. In the end, he ran into a lab, and developed a weight loss potion. After drinking it, the man felt awful, and then collapsed to the ground. Soon, his body began to shrink. Half an hour later, he held onto the table, and looked at his slimmer self in the mirror. He jumped up with joy. He walked out the door, feeling like he had reached the peak of life. The man went into a clothing store. He tried on all the tight outfits. Then he found his ex-girlfriend, pretending to be a stranger and chatting with her. When he put his hand on the woman's shoulder, his hands suddenly grew big. The man realized something was wrong, so he pushed the woman away. That night, the man drove to the date location, but found that his mouth was getting bigger, and his body was gradually returning to its original state. The man had turned back into his former fat self.